I have like, such a bad feeling about this stuff with Trump. I mean, I mean, he's sitting there with, oh, I don't know. You know what? I just hit, shoot, sorry. I just, hmm, give me a sec. I don't know what the hell I did. I can't believe it. I've been trying to record all day here. Uh, lab grown meat. I mean, he's going for lab grown meat, the shot, trans people. He's meeting with Gates and Zuckerberg. He's totally freaking out over Owen, which I am loving. I am, oops, crap. He's getting divorced. His second wife, or he and his second wife are getting a divorce. He's got Barnes on here. Oh, okay, right here. So he's got this shit guy. Oh, I'm sorry, Schnitt. And he's not only is he freaking out, I mean, he had a restraining order placed on him in March. Um, but let's continue. Okay. So I had this queued up, but I'll skip around. Okay.
Files do exist.
Yeah, thousands and thousands of pages of files.
Of the Office of Enforcement Operations, Joe said.
Hang on.
Files do exist.
Sure, like this, they're going to get blown out of the air.
Huh?
So that's some of the other subjects.
Now he's talking about, yeah, Trump had the right to blow up a ship with 11. It wasn't, wait, I'm sorry. It wasn't a ship. It was a boat with 11 people on it. Venezuela doesn't bring fentanyl. I thought it was China and Mexico, and suddenly now it's Venezuela. But he wants to also start a war with Venezuela. But by the same token, he blew up what I think is a civilian boat with 11 people on it. A boat, not a ship full of drugs. They have no way of knowing what was on that boat. I think they're just fucking around to show that, yeah, I'm tough, man. And then he makes the Department of Defense, in other words, defending the U.S. people, into the Department of War. Sits there with Bill Gates. Bill Gates is, all he needs to do is butter him up a little bit, and he'll be down with doing a shitload of other mRNA vaxes. Well, poor Bobby Kennedy is sitting in, being grilled and being. I called Warren's office last night. I found her field office in New Hampshire. I left a very nice message for her. No, it wasn't bitchy. It was very nice. I got, it wasn't long enough, so I got cut off. Um, I just explained to her that, what she was saying did not jive with true facts and what Kennedy is trying to do. Okay, so we've got that. Jones is on there today once again defending Trump for having Bill Gates there, even though in the past he said Bill Gates is a piece of shit that will rot in hell. And Zuckerberg was there. And I mean, just people that they want to take you over and they want to rule you. And they are spying on you. They're spying on me right now. This is fucking Google own site. I'm so sorry that YouTube had to go and fuck up their entire existence by selling it off. But okay, so then you have O'Keefe exposing the truth, but it really wasn't the truth. And then this guy's going to be dead soon. Now, you remember, my grandmother worked for the DOJ, and she had a job lined up for my dad to be a U.S. Marshal. You have a simp for Barack Obama in there covering all kinds of shit up, named Bongino. You have basically someone that doesn't do anything by the name of Patel. And I knew the second I heard Bongino's name, I said, oh, hell no. I said, well, everything will come to a halt immediately. Dan Bongino made $40,000 a year in the 90s as a starting New York City police officer. He had an apartment. Wait a minute. I just saw something. I just am little bugs and gnats driving me absolutely fucking nuts. Sorry. He shared an apartment when he was in high school. Refuses to say who his parents are, probably because it's real similar to Tucker Carlson, and has never disclosed it. It's not even on Wikipedia. Somehow in Queens was able to afford an apartment in high school without working, and then gets a job as a cop, and then works for Hussein Obama as his body boy. And he loved him, and he went on CBS 60 Minutes. I have the clip somewhere. I think they might have scrubbed it after I put it up, saying, oh, I love the Secret Service. I mean, he looked higher than a kite. And his brother was involved, and the reason why he did the interview was because his brother was involved in the FBI prostitute cocaine scandal while Obama was in office in South America. And you people think Meghan Markle wasn't up to no good? Or she was just an intern in college. Okay. Oh, that's silly, Colleen. Can't we talk about her jam? It's so much easier, and I don't really have to do any work on it. I just have to try to find her papers posted publicly somewhere. I tell you, this one chick. Oh, I should. These people are. How you can spend your spare time doing that? It was funny when she was part of the BRF. It's not even interesting right now. All right, so here's Jones. Here we go.
Also, if you're in the military, the Navy, the Air Force, the Marines, the Army, particularly but out on ships, what do you make of the flotilla of destroyers and
what do I make of it? Jones, it was illegal, and no, he didn't have a right to do it. It wasn't a destroyer. It was a boat with 11 people on it.
strike task force off the coast of Venezuela? Do you support the destruction of the reported fentanyl boat?
No. This guy's only he's like 52.
EDA. The president certainly has that authority.
No, he does
It's
not.
proven it was innocent people. Then you can have a war crime still, but that's not going to work.
You do have a war crime.
But what is your take on that? And do you agree with me? They're gearing up to provocatively hope the Venezuelans do something to one of our ships. They just buzzed them with F-16s. Yeah, Venezuela bought those before they went communist.
What?
And I predict that Trump's going to green light, if he hasn't already, the next time they buzz the ships in a...
Well, because it's the Department of War, and he's the president of peace, and he wants the Nobel Peace Prize. I mean, I'm done, because this is it now, guys. He speaks of golden age and all that. It's not going to be the golden age. It's going to be the age of, will you live or die?
Atmosphere like this, they're going to get blown out of the air. Or Trump's going to issue a warning. What do you think? 877-789-2539. 877-789-ALEX.
And they do screen their calls. I've gotten through once before, and they say, we're not screening. We're going to put you right on. They have a screener. And my call was a good point, but not on topic. So they disconnected the call.
All right, let's go to some of this undercover video of the DOJ Deputy Chief, Joseph Schnitt. Here we go.
Well, those files do exist.
Yeah, thousands and thousands of pages of files. They'll redact every Republican or conservative.
They will redact every Republican or conservative person in those Epstein files. Now, according to Jones, he's on a blind date or something, but he's not speaking to someone who's right in front of him. He's speaking to someone that's there. He's with another person eating.
Person in those files.
He'll redact every Republican or conservative person in those Epstein files, leave all the liberal dumb people in those files.
The liberal Democratic people in those files.
I think they visited that.
I think they visited that Maxwell person, kind of also involved.
That Maxwell person.
Yeah.
And also involved.
Got transferred to a minimum security prison too recently.
She got transferred to minimum security prison too. Look at, he's got earrings in both ears, the gray beard, the bald head, the big body, the AV. I mean, is this what America's come to? I mean, this is just gross. The gray beards with the bald heads. How can anyone think that compensates? Ugh. So she got transferred to a minimum security prison too recently.
Which is against BOP policy because
Which is against BOP policy because she's a convicted sex offender. Well, it doesn't matter in the Trump administration.
she's a convicted sex offender. They're offering her something to keep her mouth shut.
They're offering her something to keep her mouth shut. You bet they are.
That was the acting deputy chief of the Office of Enforcement Operations, Joseph Schnitt, telling a stranger.
Oh my God. These people just are so gross. I'm so grossed out by them.
About the FBI.
Oh, he's on a dating app. He's on only 5'11". Case analyst at government. Christian.
And DOJ's handling of the Epstein files. Schnitt, who works at a high level inside the Department of Justice, goes on to comment on the inconsistent statements, special treatment of Ghislaine Maxwell, and the blatant backtracking on promises of transparency.
And what do you do for work again?
I work for the Department of Justice.
Okay.
Been there like 23 years.
Yeah, he's not talking to the person in front of him. He's talking to someone else. What's going on here?
I'm an analyst. I'll be acting deputy.
I'll be acting deputy chief of our office for a few months, starting next week.
Chief of our office for a few months, starting next week. I work closely with like.
Who would go in public and start blabbing this shit?
All the
I work closely with like all the federal law enforcement agencies and the U.S. attorney's offices, the prosecutors and stuff.
Federal law enforcement agencies, and the U.S. attorney's offices, the prosecutors and stuff. The thing is, it's interesting because
The thing is this doesn't look like a date. He's blabbing his mouth to someone. The thing is, it's interesting because I do deal with so many of the agencies, like the Bureau of Prisons, the Marshal Service.
I do deal with so many of the agencies, like the Bureau of Prisons, the Marshal Service, the FBI, U.S. attorney's offices.
Recently, the FBI and DOJ have come under fire for promising transparency, then refusing to release footage and
The FBI says there is no Epstein list, angering much of President Trump's base.
redacted documents, going directly.
You know, I do care about that, but it never was in my line of vision for this presidency. For some reason, this intrigues people. Yet, all the places I've been in, things I've done, I've never seen evidence of child trafficking. or human trafficking. I've heard of it. I mean, the only time I was like invited somewhere, that a couple times, maybe to go to a hotel, to do this, to do that, blah, blah, blah. I got the fuck out of there. I said, excuse me, I'm using the bathroom. And then I simply walked out. And, I just, as quickly as I could, and got out of there. So you hear these stories and all this crap, and I don't know. Don't be mad at me for saying that, you guys. This shit with Epstein, I mean, it sounds like some bad things went on, but I don't know. Okay, let's keep going. I mean, this stuff is starting to bore me. I want to know about this whole war thing, about why he's trying to start a war with everyone and then trying to take over our entire lives by every type of backdoor spying device. You might as well just forget about flying right now. I had a bizarre experience trying to get on an airplane. Okay, let's keep going.
Against the public's expectations and the promises made by Attorney General Pam Bondi and FBI Director Kash Patel. In a DOJ press release, Attorney General Pam Bondi stated, quote, This Department of Justice is following through on President Trump, commitment to the transparency and lifting the veil on the disgusting actions of Jeffrey Epstein and his co-conspirators. The first phase of files released today sheds light on Epstein's extensive network and begins to provide the public with long overdue accountability. It ended up being nothing. There's not even a date on this. Following through on President Trump's commitment to transparency and lifting the veil on the disgusting actions of Jeffrey Epstein and his co-conspirators, unquote, and also claimed they were shedding light on Epstein's extensive network, only to later claim that Epstein was acting alone.
Well, it was a hoax. It's a hoax. It's the new Trump.
And that the only video evidence they had was of Epstein's personal child porn collection.
Also, to the tens of thousands of video,
Now he's looking down at her tits. Or at what she's got in her hand. She is a ditz.
Turned out to be child porn downloaded by that disgusting Jeffrey Epstein.
Child porn downloaded by him. Child porn. Why did you let him off the hook down in Florida, Pammy? When he was arrested down there. He's a Mossad asset. And he's making sure she says it right. You guys, this is the fall of the United States of America right here. We're done. The empire is over.
Child porn is what they were.
In the same press release, Kash Patel claimed, quote, there will be no cover-ups, no missing documents, and no stone left unturned.
I'm drinking a beer. I almost just spit it out. Kash Patel is just up to his ears in bullshit, too.
So on the Epstein matter or any other matters, we are diligently working on that. I'm not going to...
Okay, so if it's a hoax, what are you spending time on it for?
Withhold information from the American public ever.
Only to later claim on Joe Rogan's podcast that releasing any videos would re-victimize those impacted.
We're not going to re-victimize women. We're not going to put that shit back out there. It's not happening, because then he wins. Not doing it. You want to hate me for it?
Fuck you.
Fine.
But, internally, there's a lot of, even within the administration, there's internal conflict.
Oh, okay.
Like, the FBI really wants it. Second in command at FBI has been like...
Bongino is the worst person to be in that cabinet. I'm telling you, that man is covering shit up left and right. He's actually not second in command. He's commanding the whole fucking nine.
Causing problems because he's like...
Oh, but I'm wait.
Within the administration, there's internal conflict.
Oh, okay.
Like the FBI really wants it. Second in command at FBI has been like causing problems.
He's been causing problems. Okay.
Because he's like, no,
They have to be released. I don't know if I believe that.
these have to be released.
Yeah. So the FBI wants them out.
Yep, the top two guys that are doing that.
And Bonnie does it.
I don't know what Bonnie wants. Bonnie wants whatever Trump.
Sure.
Bondi wants whatever Trump wants. She's just a yes person. This guy is out. He's probably going to be dead soon.
Why is there suddenly this internal conflict within the same administration that aggressively campaigned in 2024 to fully release the Epstein files to the American public? What new revelations did the DOJ and FBI make to now say that an incriminating client list does not exist?
Okay, the systematic review revealed no incriminating client list. There was also no credible evidence found that Epstein blackmailed prominent individuals as part of his actions. No, Netton did. We did not uncover evidence that could, predicate an investigation against uncharged third parties. It must be horrible to have a job in this administration and have to get up and lie every day. I mean, I think that chick from South Dakota, that Christie, that chick is on heavy duty drugs. I mean, I'm talking she's on tranquilizers, man. That chick is sure, her head is so far up her ass and in the clouds. Bondi is bizarre. I mean, they're just put out there as faces. What kills me about Noam is that she wanted complete freedom for the people of South Dakota. And when she spoke, I was like, wow, this is just incredible. In 2018 or 19, she spoke at Mount Rushmore for 4th of July fireworks, Independence Day stuff. And I thought, well, she's it. She's going to be, the next VP. Because everyone hated Pence. And all of a sudden she gets there and she fumbles, but then she gets a makeover and plastic surgery and lip injections and shit, boob implants, and starts dressing like a complete ditz with the baseball cap and the ponytail. And that's not even her real hair. And just, yeah, man. I'm working. I'm not actually sitting at a desk protecting our country. I'm pounding a nail into this board to build the wall. I'm working for you. Take a picture of me and then I'm going to go hang out somewhere and get my purse stolen again while I'm out eating. Holy shit. What a dumbass.
DOJ analyst Joseph Schnitt comments on these inconsistencies and informs our undercover journalist that even if anything was to be released, it would be heavily redacted in favor of the Republican.
May I just ask you guys a question? When they're filming this shit now that you're seeing online, even Jones and stuff, why are they constantly cutting to side views where they're speaking to someone in front of them? I don't understand this. Is Tom Markle out there? Can you comment on this style of photography? I don't like it. It reminds me of that show, The Office, where they were always zeroing in on stuff. It just was so, it made it more fake. To this day, I could never sit through 30 seconds of that. It just showed such dysfunction of the business. It was almost like Obama trolling the American people. Instead of being like Wall Street and like Working Girl or something, it was like ugly people with greasy hair that were Gen Xers that were completely incompetent. All right.
Party, indicating that this DOJ official, Joseph Schnitt, probably leans Democrat.
Do you think like the stuff with Epstein will actually get released or not at all?
If it does, it'll be heavily redacted, and his name won't be in it.
Or those files do exist?
There's files,
Yeah.
for sure. There's thousands and thousands of pages of files. But again, if they're released in any way, it's going to be very redacted.
I'm wondering how in the fuck this guy just sits out in the open at a very crowded cafe where it doesn't look that fancy because they're drinking out of cups with covers and you know what I mean? I mean, I go to outdoor places all the time. I prefer it. Weather permitting. Even if I have to wear a jacket, and there's a place down the street here where you can sit outside, they light a fire, or, one of those fake gas things. And you can sit out there, and it's a mature crowd. It's a older than me boomer crowd. And some young people. They come later. But I mean, everything, it's definitely, the food could be a little bit better, but it's you get actual like cloth napkins and, if someone's cold, they will turn the fire on for you or the heaters on for you. Everything is glass. And this guy's sitting in some little outdoor fast food joint blabbing about the Epstein files in public.
They'll redact.
All right, that's enough. Yeah, look, I'll just say this. Looking at this guy, he's got earrings in both ears.
Honey, he looks just like you except for the earrings.
I'm not trying to be mean. It's my opinion. Probably a bisexual liberal. 95% of DC's liberal. I'm imagining the OMG reporter.
Did he sound liberal or anti-Trump, or was he just spilling it out? Why is Jones trying to spin this into? Yeah, he's a big, huge. It sounded to me like he was telling the truth. It didn't sound. It sounded to me like, hey, he's being advanced into a new position for a couple of months, as he says. But Jones is like, yeah, he's a big liberal. He's got 2 earrings. Jones, look at you. He looked almost exactly like you, except for the earrings.
Acted like they're liberal to get him to shoot his mouth off. I think this is pure crap. He's just repeating MSNBC talking points.
What? Did you guys take that as... No, I took that as someone spilling the beans.
It goes on from...
He wasn't even being snarky.
There. So you can make your own assessment
I just did.
of it. But I think he's a Democrat. I think he's a liberal.
Okay. So I've had 2 beers and I almost spit another one out. And it's 2:30 in the morning. I'm entitled, but it is exhausting me though. I'm really exhausted for having to take care of some problems the last few days, where I've had to physically use my body, and I am just wiped fucking out. It's just like I don't want to move, and I know I have to. You know how that goes. All right. I think he's full of shit.
I'm not accusing him of being homosexual. I don't know that. I'm just saying he looks like a bisexual. To me, liberal.
So now he's simply saying it's a bisexual liberal because he knows that sounds good, and his audience will go, yeah, those damn bisexual liberals.
So there you go. And
most of Congress is bisexual.
That's just where we are on this. That's
I think Kash Patel is bisexual.
said, Trump continues to strike
Obama for sure.
and affect us, and it drives me crazy because he makes the distraction even bigger. Obviously, under the Bush administration, that's what started with Humberto Gonzalez, and then with Obama, and then Trump.
You forget Clinton, though.
Never got control of the DOJ. We know that in his first 4 years. That's confirmed. They had the files. I was still under investigation via an Obama-ordered deal in his first admin. We got those documents this year from Trump, published them.
Honey, Hillary and Bill had you under investigation.
So Trump's only got partial control now.
Why? How did he appoint such shitty people?
So he never had these files, and they were holding them, whatever they wanted to.
And again, why? I don't like the filming where he's talking to someone else. Okay, I can't cope with this. Now, he's such a piece of shit. He's such a piece of shit. Now, I did a post today. And it was, I mean, the guy, I don't like the earrings, but, and he's still bitching about Owen. Oh my God. I don't think this is right. It's Sam's Twitch, I guess. Nope, I can't get it. Okay. Oh, that's not right. Nope. Oh, something like this. Okay. Let me do this. Yeah, it's obviously. Go to Owen. Oh, boy. Okay. I want to see what he does. I think he's going to do a great job. Okay, right here. Well, I have found it on BitChute. Right here. Okay. Okay, so she puts it this way. These are clips I found on the web. Now, I want to get into this because a lot of stuff started coming back to me because as Owen is saying, he appears on his Twitter account for 100 episodes now. He has made like a studio at home and done his own thing and talked about various things. I've only looked at a few of those videos, but on one of them, he has a golden microphone and says, yeah, I've got the golden microphone. And people don't know what that is because they're younger and they only look at, from 9/11 on, and they weren't even born yet. And they forget, I might have to do like a part 2 tomorrow on this. They forget that this shit started with Bill and I'm so sorry. With Bill and Hillary back in the 90s. And the shit began to hit the fan. You could feel it. You could see it. It was when the words hang on a minute, became used. in the vernacular, politically correct. Comedy Central had a show called Politically Incorrect, which was kind of silly. But people never said politically correct until then. And that's when it became in use. Something, a lot of these stupid ass kids, they want to use the N-word and shit. No, I'm sorry. Don't even think about doing that around me. No. No way, no how. I'm not going to be pretend to be someone or something I'm not. And there are a lot of chicks here who happen to be going out with black dudes. All really nice guys. And they're so cool. Like, long time no see. Are you okay? I mean, I've got a 30-year-old black dude that wants to, ask me out right now. And I'm like, oh, God, can't you see I'm still on crutches? I mean, because I have conversations with them about stuff that's real, and just stuff that goes on in the neighborhood. Guns. Don't ask. I mean, everyone is armed here. And I don't mean one or two. I mean a lot. And I'm not just saying that. And this was long before concealed carry. And this was at the time, 10 years ago, women that were 20 years older than me working in the real estate office that were in their 70s. They gave two shits. They were packing, period. And they were Medicare age, right? I didn't give a shit. They weren't going out. Where that office was. All right, so let's go back to Clinton. There were so many things in that 8 years that went down, and that is when Alex got his start. Now, it could have been right before that as well. But to my knowledge, we're going to do I'm going to go into a couple things I found toward the end of this. And then the light bulb, and then all of a sudden, a lot of shit comes back to me. All right, let's see.
Back down and said, okay, you don't have to do it. We'll do it another way. But they're too stupid to do that. They don't understand that the power in this country is the power of the people, and that they don't have to do anything that's outside the bounds of the Constitution. And the government can be held within the bounds, the restraints that the Constitution put upon it, that our founding fathers created so that the American people could never be enslaved.
What is the
They knew that nobody could come and invade this country and enslave the American people. The only way it could be done is from within if the American people allowed it to be done.
And that is what the American people have allowed.
Plans ahead more than about 2 or 3 months.
That's true. We have no long-term strategic goal for this country.
That's right, and that's why we're getting beat by the Marxist socialist communists, because they have 5-year plans, 10-year plans, 15-year plans, 25-year plans, and 50-year plans.
Right after the wall went down, as we say here.
And they stick to them.
Man, absolutely. Well, it's scary then. What's going to happen? It's just going to be, I think that...
Either the American people are going to become slaves within just a few years, and it's going to be an enslavement like nobody can even dream of.
And that's what happened. This is in the early 90s when he said this, I believe, or in the late 90s. People are going to become slaves like nothing you've ever seen. And that's what I'm seeing now. And I'm seeing it go 25 times fold right now under Trump. And just like Biden, he's done it in 8 months. And all I can say to you, Trump, is fuck you.
And it's going to extend worldwide, and we're the only people that can stop it, because we're the only people in the world still who have the capability,
have the arms,
and the arms to be able to stop it. Or there's going to be a civil war which will last.
Well, in this neighborhood, I know that. Good luck. That's all I can say. Enjoy. Ain't gonna happen.
Between 5 and 15 years to restore constitutional Republican government and freedom and liberty worldwide.
Well, that's the point. Even though most people are sheep, there is that between 5 and 10 million people that once it starts, I think more people will come out. And I don't want this to happen. This is just going to wreck the nation.
I don't want it to happen either. Ever since I saw the plan back in 1971 and 72 when I was on the intelligence briefing team for CINCPAC Fleet to bring about one world totalitarian socialist government, and when I saw that the United States was behind the whole thing, this is not coming from without. The United States created the United Nations.
Yes,
the United States created the European Union that has just been formed.
Well, you're saying the United
States is acting.
This is at the beginning of the EU.
As the world police force right now.
Well, you're saying the United States. Wouldn't you say a foreign aristocracy out of New York and Boston?
Nope.
That controls our nation?
The United States.
Okay,
Corporate United States. With its headquarters in Washington, D.C.
District of Columbia.
It is the stated and avowed policy of the United States government to create world government over the ashes of all sovereign nations and existing religions around this world.
Okay, so what I think is happening right now is that instead of fighting it, Trump is going for it. There is basically no Department of Justice in this country. There is no justice for people like me, who my heart is always, I think, in the right place. But the last few years, I've pretty much kept to myself, mainly because of this COVID bullshit and the way I have seen people behave in situations that are supposed to be highly professional, that I know used to be highly professional. And I'm talking about the medical industry. And I won't call it healthcare because it's not healthcare. They're not there to keep you healthy. They're there to manage your death and decline, and or to tell you to go fuck off. But this began under Clinton.
Why don't you? I'm telling you that I saw that plan while I was in the Office of Naval Intelligence on the intelligence briefing team, the Commander-in-Chief of the Pacific Fleet.
Would you elaborate on that just a little bit?
That's what the Behold a Pale Horse is all about.
I understand.
That's what's in that book.
Well, I know the story, but a lot of people that are listening, and I'm sure that will go out and get Behold a Pale Horse, will talk about those military briefings. And I guess these people were proud that they were part of this power?
Oh, absolutely. This has been a goal for this. It's the reason this country was founded, and Americans don't understand that. The founding fathers, many of them were deists. They were members of the secret society. Some of them were members.
All right, I'm going to put it forward because because this continues on with more and more info. Let's keep going. And I'm going to skip over it. We can go back to it if you'd like. I'd like your comments on this.
You have Congress pass more allotments so that you can spend more than what you need to spend.
Yeah, I mean,
did not pay off the national debt, did not balance the budget.
Well, yes, if I could give myself endless pay raise.
The military of the United States and what used to be known as the old Soviet Union under NATO, which is occurring now, to create in care of, and make sure you put in care of on the.
Read everything. Listen to everybody, believe nothing unless you can prove it with your own research. Read everything, listen to everybody, believe nothing unless you can prove it with your own research. And that's what I say. Luckily, I feel like I have kind of a grasp on that. I mean, other people have different skills than what I do. I know that. I know. I'm not saying, oh, I'm very smart person, but I know how to try to prove if something is real or fake, or if I should not trust it. And this is the shit that Jones used to put together. And I was like, yeah, killed Marco Bolt. Wow, well, the guy's got 2 earrings, and the way he looks, I think he's bisexual. But he looks just like you, Jones.
Address, P.O. Box 2470. That's P.O. Box 2470, so that they can keep from getting...
It's a fiat Ponzi scheme.
That it's got...
On page 51, and anybody out there that thinks Mr. Cooper or I are BSing you, go read it. And it says the best part, now this is their words, the best part about it is your daughter in the near future can have a chip under her skin and you won't have to buy the drinks for her at the bar. I mean, everything's insane about that paragraph. And the whole 10-page article is about how great the smart card is.
Personality genes, school prayer lives.
And then the chip. And as we know, Time Magazine is a filthy elite.
What the big mergers mean? Are banks really necessary? Will Microsoft control it all?
Propaganda rag. So I can't see how anybody would deny this. But I guess most people only see it as a... Behold a pale horse. We'll talk about the Delta Force from coming and doing secret military training and paying off our police chief. Now, the San Antonio police chief, a man that you ought to be aware of, is Al A. Philippus, and I went down and got an interview face-to-face on videotape.
More of this.
House instead of the patent title to the property.
What these guys are going to do now that they're out in the open. I mean, 10 years ago...
He has jurisdiction over the feds in this county.
October 2020, episode 1555 of the Joe Rogan Experience podcast. Free Ghislaine. Alex going nuts. He's got a glass of, I assume, booze there.
And he has told them not to come in this county and harass this family.
Absolutely. Well, we've learned that with the press, that they will flat out not twist the truth, but when they need to, they will flat out lie. Flat out lie.
Flat out lie.
Well, that's great then. You're not in too much trouble if you've got the sheriff on your side. People don't realize the power of the sheriff.
Not just the sheriff. This is a good American community here, and there is a very strong militia.
This thing full bore, and
they lost everything.
And it was on breaks. And
sure.
If you'd stay with us,
give out the website though, because I got to get going too.
Okay, go ahead and give out your website, sir.
It's there's no www. That is the attention span of the average American sheeple. They can't to take a stand. This is the only police chief that I've religions, save the religion of those who are bringing this about, which is the secular humanist socialist religion.
That way you can devalue human life and kill people.
Well, but they're already doing that.
Yes, they are.
And they've already convinced the American people that it's okay.
So this guy
the people whose ancestors
in Vietnam in the Navy. I'm going to cut it here. I'm bummed out I can't find what I'm looking for, but I'll pick it up.
Bill, and he really let him set him up and, ran out there and helped him kill him. But anybody, I mean, he was a liar, though. One time I had him on the radio and he was cussing and I delayed him once.
He is COINTEL. I'm telling you right now, Jones is bad news. Let's see if we can get to the back of this. If I can find the part about the Clintons.
Into the things that you've already sacrificed and done for your country, but you've actually been threatened quite a bit, and people have actually attempted to try to kill you, haven't they?
Oh, yes. Almost succeeded a couple of times.
In fact, you lost...
My head caved in. I've lost
Well,
my
whatever.
left
He
leg.
died right before 9/11, I believe. Okay. Thanks for listening, guys. I hope you got something out of this.